Good morning, Cheryl. Chat about whatever you want. Welcome to the stream. K Ween B to you. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning, Carla, Quill, Karen Purnell, Pamela Woolsey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Lisa, RN student, forensics. Good morning, Will. And everyone, good morning. Lisa 54, Lisa Quet. Good morning, Tina Hansen. Mike Stevens, Yellow Lemons. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Cheryl Harris, good morning. Deb Gillikin, good morning. Blue Mermaid. Lucky Lady, good morning from Virginia. Me, Miss Wee Lassie. Sunny afternoon in Scotland, the UK. Wish there was here. Right now it is, in case you guys hear it in the background, it's windy here and it's been raining off and on. So, you start hearing a lot of noise. It's because the rain hitting the metal roof of this place. Hello all, Cheryl Hamilton, Opinionated Ioma. It's Mindy, aka All United. Well, I like the RN student forensics better. But welcome back, Mindy. Tammy, good morning. I'm getting better, Oma. I wouldn't say I'm 100% right now yet, but I'm getting there. I've got my voice back. Still can't. I'm still having some upper respiratory problems, but it's very, very minor compared to where it was. Good morning, Colleen. Deb Zane, first time here. Well, welcome, Deb. Tina Hansen just got the power on. Went out Thursday at 5. Nah, we've had problems with our power off and on the last week, but I'm glad you got your power back. Judah, thank you. I am feeling better. I'm getting there. See my TU2 license to dance. Good morning, Will, and everyone. Good morning. Yeah, I definitely got my voice back, which is a plus. I mean, it's kind of hard to communicate with anybody, and when you can't talk. Irish Eyes, good morning from beautiful Ireland. You guys are in lockdown now. Wow. Thank you, RN student. Gayla Denson. I will. How are things? Pretty good for the most part. My health is getting better. Been, isolation sucks. I mean, the stay-at-home order, it isn't doing me good at all. I'm one of these individuals. I need other people around. I mean, human beings are for the most part. We need things, like that. We need other humans to communicate with. We're social beings. Well, thank you for the super chat, Quill. Appreciate it. Sending love from Minnesota. Happy Easter to you. Well, thank you, Quill. I appreciate it. And happy Easter to you and your loved ones as well. God, I wish I was back in Minnesota. Minnesota, Wisconsin. I wish I was there. More faithful one. Who else did I miss? Mike Stevens. You are one of the lucky ones. Thank you, Melissa. Glad to hear you're on the mend. Yeah, getting there. Good morning, Linda. Okay, quite a few people in here from the heartland of America, I guess. I know 2 or 3 of these people here are from Iowa and one from Ohio. We got at least three or four of you from Minnesota, Wisconsin. I finally came up with the solid mask. Geez, what a process! Currently making high vids ones out of my husband's work shirts for his coworkers. Because why not? That's cool. That's really cool that you can do that, Oma. We had a lady that she's kind of a family friend. She made cloth masks for my wife, myself, and she even made little ones for my son. Ween B2U is Minnesota as well. We got Deb Zane in South Jersey. Why ask for test results? Test results for what, Melissa Nolan? I'm not sure what the question was there. We got Tina Hansen in Maine. Tested negative Monday. Was at the hospital for breathing issues. Well, I'm glad it's negative, Mike. You don't want this. You don't want this at all. Good morning from South Dakota from Elijah Fields. South Dakota. Normally, right about now, every year, this is when I'm normally planning my trip that I take across the United States, and North Dakota, and then I drop down onto 94 into Minnesota from up by Fargo, and then I come down through the Twin Cities, and either I turn off at the Twin Cities and go over into Wisconsin, where I was born and raised, or I keep on going down. Thank you for the super chat, Colleen. Hope you are staying well as well. Wimp, I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's cute. That's cool. I have a problem. I've got mine back. Can I see yours? I'm missing the reference there. I'm sorry. I have a problem. Carla is buffering. I have a problem. Why? All right, Oma. I appreciate it. Can you put actual like charcoal filters in it, or are they just do they have? I mean, do they have a pocket? Because the ladies who made the ones for my wife and my son, you can actually put a charcoal filter in them. I don't know if that's going to really help anything, but I mean, all a real like a cloth mask is going to do is help prevent you, if you have it, from being able to spread it, through from you to other people. It's not going to stop it from coming into you, because even the paper ones or the cloth ones, you can still get in around the sides. At least that's from what I understand from my wife and my mother-in-law. Linda K, you make it is a way you have to let me know. We have to go to lunch and drink sometimes for sure. Oh yeah, well, next time I'm back there, Linda, I will definitely let you know, and I'll let everybody else know. There's quite a few people that that are subscribers and stuff that I'd love to see back there. Good morning, Cece. The Kween B2U. The Christopher Watts video that is coming out right after this stream, not tonight, but right after this live stream. It's just an update on the situation around his prison, his job that he got in prison, people who have been authorized to visit him. If there will be a second book written by Miss Cato, the home sale, and where that is at, and alike. So, like, I guess that'd be, the hint, because that's basically what it covers. I'm doing it only because I was, a lot of people requested it. I didn't want to, necessarily, because I don't think that there's much that I really want to talk about, because I get more hate. And I know immediately after it comes out today, another channel who is on YouTube, that person will start making a video to mock me. And they've released 3 now. And Cece knows who it is, but we won't get into that. But they've put out 3 videos total just mocking me, or telling me that I'm, somehow downplaying their information. It's not even, they're just doing it for views. Good morning, Inner Peace. Happy Easter weekend. Stay home from Hamilton, Ontario. Stay safe, everyone. So today is my niece's birthday. She turns 22 years old today. And tomorrow, my daughter turns 22 years old. On Easter. Cement Shoes, good morning. My friend's brother is in the pod with him. Wow. That's not a fun place to be. Yeah, it does, Cece. It does bring a lot of hate. But I was asked to do it by, subscribers and fans of this channel. So I made the video anyways. I'm okay with it. I don't let the hate get to me anymore. It used to. Oh, it definitely did. Because I never realized, or I still can't really fathom how somebody who's never met me, who will probably never meet me, why they can say some of the most vile and disgusting things about, or towards me. I mean, I'm a nice person. I'm not, tooting my own horn here, but I think I'm a pretty nice person, and I treat everyone with respect. And to go out of your way to be mean, nasty, and disgusting towards me, I don't understand it. It's just not my nature to ever do something like that to someone. But, you get these keyboard warriors out there who think that they can say and do whatever the hell they want because there's no repercussions. Sadly, they're wrong. There are repercussions. And I know for a fact, and I've actually, prosecuted 3. And they'll learn. But once one of the next high profile one hits the news and someone ends up in jail over it, they'll realize it. Good morning, Blue Mermaid. In case I missed you. Thank you, Cece. Did you thank God for healing you? He gave you back your life back. Thank him. Did I, Mike? Of course I did. Every day. Every day I thank God, that I'm here on this earth for another day, that I'm able to breathe, one more breath of air. Cheryl Harris, jealous haters. Jamie, kindness does count. I'm a firm believer in treat other people as you wish to be treated. 1 second. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was the my compressor kicking on in the other garage. Thank you for the super chat, RN. Brandy James, good morning from sunny North Carolina. Hope you're all well with y'all. Doing good here. Few on here that's going to get someone hurt, or they're going to get in trouble for cyberbullying. Yeah, there's definitely some of them, CC. The cyberbullying, I don't know. That and the people who do swatting and doxing. The three that I had personally, sorry, didn't mean to, I just kicked the camera off my foot, the tripod actually. The three that I had prosecuted were prosecuted because they doxed me, and they thought it was it was funny, but they learned the hard way. Only one of them actually served real jail time though. The other two took plea bargains. One got 2 years probation. The other one got a year probation and an $8,000 fine plus court costs. Got to move my foot so I don't kick the camera tripod again. Oh, thank you, Dardine Creek. Julie BSN MSN. You have a story to tell my son. I do. I definitely do. Good morning, Shay Shay. How are you doing? Hope you're staying safe out there. Mr. Kevin, welcome from Tampa, Florida. Welcome, welcome. You smoke, you got sick and you're happy alive. Yeah. I am happy to be alive. Kind of want to, see my son grow up and, and experience life, and I want to be there for him. It was pretty scary there for a while. And waking up in the morning and not being able to breathe, that nothing will catch your attention, quicker than that. Okay, Oma. I'll read them after I'm done with this live stream. Linda, what is the worst part about the virus besides not being able to breathe? I mean, that pretty much was the topping on the cake there. Fever, the coughing that I just couldn't shake. It didn't matter how much I tried and whatever I took, nothing helped. About the only relief I got for like a week, besides going to, I went to the hospital and I had, I can't remember what they call it. It's kind of like they put this medicine in thing. It's like you breathe it in. Somebody else has said it before. But besides that, the only relief I got was I would literally, I'd go into the shower and I would crank the hot water and hot water only on in the shower, and I would just sit there in the shower and breathe in the steam, and to the point where I looked like a cooked lobster. I was so red, but it was the only relief I could get. Was breathing in that hot steaming air. Not being able to breathe, it was constant. Didn't matter what I did. I couldn't get any relief, and in the pain, my chest, definitely. There isn't any fun part of it. Now that I look back on it all. Oh, I'm missing a whole bunch of the stream here. Just Julie from Pocatello, Idaho. I might be up in well, not Pocatello. I'm going to be in Rathdrum State Line most likely next weekend. We have property up in Rathdrum, Idaho, and I have to go up there. I guess because there are 3 rental homes on the property, and on the big, there's actually 3 parts of the property. One part my wife's uncle lives on, and then the opposite side of the road there's another part of the property. It's got 3 rental homes on it, and 2 of the rental homes are empty. I don't get all the money myself. It's split between my daughter, my wife, my mother-in-law, and me. So we split the income from between the 4 of us. We inherited it all from my wife's grandfather. He left it to my mother-in-law and my daughter, the physical property, and he left me and my wife the houses. That one that her uncle lives in, and the other 3 houses. But he kind of takes care of the property as much as he can. But he doesn't have the best mobility. He was in an accident probably about 10 years ago. He was out riding his horse, and then his horse stomped on him and broke his hip and messed him up pretty good. That's why I don't like horses. That, and they smell like horses. But if you like horses, that's all. That's good. Shay, I'm getting better. I'm not 100% there. I mean, I still don't have the energy to do much. Mel is reporting from Western Australia. Happy Easter Bunny has already been there. To Mel's. Good morning, Mel. Duct Tape Bandit. Hello, Will, and all from McAllister. Did I pronounce it? Yeah. McAllister, yeah, Oklahoma. Welcome. Mike Stevens is at a barbecue. Oh, I wish I was at a barbecue. Kathy Griffin, I'm afraid of horses, but I love them. Yeah. That's true, cement shoes. They do smell better than some people. My sister has had horses pretty much all of her adult life. She had, it would be the grandson of the last Triple Crown winner, Seattle Sleuth. She had the grandson, blood lineage through there. She had, I think it was the grandson of Seattle Sleuth. But she's had horses her entire life. I'm just like, whatever. I don't like horses. I don't see the need for them. I mean, people love them. I get that. And there's a need for them if you actually use them as a workhorse. I get that. Not me. I like horsepower. Linda K, I was in the rodeo, and you love horses. My sister started in 4-H back in Minnesota when she was going to elementary school. And I think that would be Minneapolis suburb. But she started in 4-H. And then after 4-H, she got involved with so it'd be Future Farmers of America, FFA, I think it is. So 4-H, I can't remember. And trying to remember what all these different organizations and things my sister's been in over the years. So she was in Future Farmers of America. I know that, but she also raised puppies for the blind, and I think that was through 4-H. Yeah, I can't remember. You might get a miniature pony, CC. That's cool. What does a miniature pony do besides look cute? Horses should work for you, not the other way around. Well, and good morning, Gazap. You just want one so you can have one and baby it. You should change the other channel for so you can call it CC's Funny Farm. That way you can have the rooster obviously on there and the goat and your doggies. Call it CC's Funny Farm. Shetland. I'm from Shetland ponies. Where I'm from they call them Shetland ponies. Didn't know that. It's good to know. I witnessed hunting dogs attack a horse with a rider. The horse bucked the rider off and jumped off a cliff in Hawaii. Devastating to see. Oh, I'm sorry. That would suck. Oh, of course it does, Kathy. And thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Stephen Power. Champagne from Australia. A couple of you from Australia. Stephen. Mel is in Australia, right? I gotta think. Yeah. So what have I been up to, Mel? Not much. This is pretty much it. Just working, doing YouTube and trying to keep mentally busy as much as I can. It's about all I can do. In Western Australia, I got a couple people who are fans who I think they're both subscribers, but they're in Australia. You guys can't see it, but I've got the world map over here. And of course, you guys are all the way down here behind this. New Zealand, they're in Auckland. I just put the pin in there the other night. I try to update that thing as much as I can. Put little pins in where everybody's subscribers from, because I go through the streams in the comment section, and whenever I see another one, I write it down, and then I look to see if I have a pin in there. Am I still isolated? How about your family? Are you allowed to be around them? No, I had Kathy. I went to see the doctor again, and the doctor said that I'm not contagious or shedding the virus anymore. I am safe to be around for my family, and I'm allowed to be around them in the house. But just to be on the safe side, though, I still isolate myself because I don't want to give it to them. I isolate myself somewhat. Rathdrum? Yeah. Hey, Martha, welcome. Sorry if I missed some of your comments there. I'm trying to scroll up as much as I can. Mama to Riley, good morning. Glad you could be here, Mama to Riley. Oh yeah. Well, I'm around my son as much as I can, but he is 3. he he would much rather he plays with these they're not Lincoln logs. They're like wooden blocks, but they're all different sizes and shapes. Some of them are circles, some of them are ovals and squares and rectangles and stuff. But they come in this big huge wooden tray, and he likes to build things like little towers, and he tears them down and builds them back up, and he won't let me play with them. It makes me sad. I want to play with those blocks. It looks like fun. But he keeps them to himself. They're all his. They want you for my plasma. Yeah, Martha, they actually did. They asked, they did it's the blood screen, I guess, is going to be coming out more readily across the nation. But they checked me for the antibodies, and I guess I have the antibodies in my blood from what my wife was trying to explain to me. I don't understand the medical stuff. She was reading the report back to me. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, Mel. Well, he'll play Matchbox with his little Matchbox cars and trucks and stuff with me, and and then we also have a bunch of those Melissa and Doug wooden puzzles. Put the animal shapes in and fill in the puzzle like kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, but made out of wooden blocks and figures. He has those, and he'll let me play with those with him, but not those blocks. Those blocks are his. He loves those blocks. He'll sit there and he'll play with those for hours. While because I'll put on music in the background, and he likes to listen to pretty bizarre music. He has he's kind of like me. He's a very eclectic collection of music that he likes to listen to. He loves to listen to Rammstein, which is a metal band. But he doesn't like to listen to it in English. It's got to be in German only, because he will not listen to it in English. So he listens to Rammstein, and then he'll listen to Linda Ronstadt. And he always wants the one to follow the other. And then he likes to listen to Waylon Jennings. He likes to dance around to that. He does like these little dances, and stuff to Waylon Jennings and the Dixie Chicks. He gets a kick out of Earl, the song Earl. Oh, that is totally true, Martha. If I got my own blocks, he'd just take them all from me. Taco podcast. That is mine and my wife's podcast. We do every Sunday. This Sunday, we're most likely going to do the podcast live this Sunday. We already have an episode recorded for it, but we figured that we would throw in and do a live one to get more interaction between subscribers and us, to find out, to kind of get an idea of where people want to see the podcast go, or if they have ideas. So, yeah, but that is mine and my wife's podcast. Oh yeah, Kathy. He definitely has a 6 cents. Is it dark? Wrapped up in a tarp? Okay, 6 cents. Isn't it? Was that the name of the movie where the kid saw dead people with Bruce Willis? 6 cents. I think it was. Yep. Me and the missus together. Never started off that way though. The idea behind the podcast was she was going to do like the first 2 episodes or 3 episodes with me, and then I was going to take it over, and it was my channel, and I was going to do it just by myself, and I was going to have on other guests. But she started having more fun with it than she originally believed that she would. What channel is the Taco Podcast on, Quill? Right now, it is only on YouTube. We were on SoundCloud and on YouTube, but the SoundCloud, we stopped with them. I don't want to get into it too much, but let's just, I'll give you a brief understanding of what. So we uploaded, I think, like the first 6 episodes to SoundCloud, and I paid for the Prime membership, whatever it is, with SoundCloud, and they took the money out of my account, and then the next day we couldn't log in anymore. Well, it wasn't the next day. It was 2 days later on Sunday when I went to go upload the next episode. It wouldn't let me log in, and we kept on. We sent them a message. I'm like, I know I'm doing the right information. I tried doing a reset. It wouldn't let me back in. So that's the 7th episode, I think it was. We couldn't upload, and then we just kept on having more and more problems with them. We're like, all right. So now we're currently seeking other channels to upload to the podcast, and once we find one, we'll back catalog. Because I think we're on episode 12 now, or 12 or 13. So we'll upload all the past 13 once we find a new home for the podcast. We're thinking about going on either XM Radio, Podbean, or iTunes. But iTunes there's some issues with them and what they like in content. They put a lot of their no, I'm going to leave it there. We are only allowed one person at our house in Western Australia. Everyone else in the house has to love there. We're not allowed to gather anywhere here where I am in Washington State. You can't have. It is they're under. What is it? Stay at home, stay safe is what the governor calls it. But we can't go anywhere. We can't. And they set up a hotline so you can narc off your neighbors or your friends or anybody you see that is out and about. It's on. This state is on complete lockdown. Gail, the cook in the county jail in Chicago are letting inmates out due to the virus. Kiki, I actually read about Cook County Jail the other night about that. I don't have my other notebook here. It's not in this one. At least I don't think it is. I think that's inside the house because I was on my other laptop. Yeah, I was reading about that the other night about Cook County Jail. It's not a joke, folks. Police state is real. So they set up my state set up a website where you can report businesses that are open that are not deemed necessary. So if they're not a necessary business and you find out that they're open, you can call the state and report that business. You can also leave tips on if somebody is not following the state mandated stay at home and stay safe order. Because the reason why they set it up was because they were tired of people calling 911 to report their neighbor for walking down the street, or somebody who they got in their car and went to the grocery store. Darting Creek, your husband was in rough shape worrying over his sick sister and bro-in-law. He was comforted to hear about your successful recovery, Will. Thanks for putting them on your prayers list. Not a problem, Dardine. I'm glad that they're doing better. 1 minute. Sorry. People outside. I'm still letting your daughter and her husband and 2 babies over. We are not seeing anyone else, though. She needs help with her kids. Good morning, Alan. How are you doing, sir? I hope you are doing well. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I think it's been probably about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks since my mother-in-law was able to see, her grandson. Small cafe in my town has picnic tables outside and people gather around it to eat. There were about 25 people there yesterday. The small town has small minds, and I'm learning. Yeah. Yeah, just about every restaurant that here is closed, except for they have to-go orders or their delivery services with either was it Dash or Uber Eats. I'll never use Uber Eats again. Last time we tried Uber Eats, we ordered burgers and fries and stuff from Five Guy, and by the time we got the food, it was so cold. I think the guy put it in like an ice chest full of food, frozen. We're like, really? This stuff is not just like, room temperature cold. It was cold. Took like about 35 minutes to get here, and Five Guys is about 3 miles away. So, doing good, are you? Good. I hope you're staying safe, Alan. This damn virus thing, you never know who's going to get it next. And that's the worst thing. Ooh. You have Starbucks open where you are, Caroline? Well, the only Starbucks around here is one. We have one Starbucks that is actually open, and that's just because they have a drive-through. You can't go inside and order a drink to go. You can only go through the drive-through. It looks like Cook County Prison has 2 deaths and 220 positive, and they're begging for their lives. Yeah. They're people I know who had less than. I was reading a story about the people who have less than 30 days left on their sentences. They're letting them out because what's going on. I mean, Tekashi 6ix9ine, they let him out because he has asthma. Apparently, I don't buy it. I think he got someone to say he has asthma, but they released him. My husband is still having to work cleaning a high school because that's his job. If anyone's bringing it, it's him. Bringing it home, it's him. Uh, schools are here are closed for the rest of the school year. They're hoping to open back up in the fall, but seniors are going to lose their proms and high school graduations and everything else. No school at all. They moved some students to online portals, mainly high school students, but they lose all the other, the extras like, prom and homecoming and, as student athletes don't get any at all. They canceled everything. Dodge prison where Chris Watson is a staff was tested positive. Rumors are some inmates do as well, but I don't know. I don't know about that either, Kiki. They would have to, Dodge Corrections Center would have to release that through their information officer, or an inmate would have to tell somebody on the outside. There's no way to really check on that because otherwise it would be a HIPAA violation to say if anybody in particular had the coronavirus there. I don't even think they could say, look, at a guard tested positive. It would have to be, they'd have to get approval, I believe, from the guard. But I know here in my state, we have a prison. It's called Coyote Ridge. It's a minimum security prison. I think it's like minimum medium. It's like a mix. But they had the coronavirus outbreak there, and just about every cell is double occupant. So they had to, quickly come up with a way to remove people from their cells to single occupants. Excuse me. Carolyn, will the virus be back in the fall? Most likely. Right now, and that's one of the things that the World Health Organization and the CDC is watching very closely, along with other health organizations around the world, is they're watching for it to mutate. Just like the common flu, every year it mutates. We go through one cycle of the flu virus, and then the flu virus mutates. But right about the time when it mutates is when we're able to come out with a flu vaccine. Now the coronavirus is different, and it doesn't respond to actual flu vaccines and things that we've used against the flu. And every year we're constantly having to fight the flu, because the flu always changes. The flu virus that goes around right now is not the same as last year, and it's not the year before. So what they do is they make a flu virus based on last year's and hoping that it's somewhat effective against the flu that comes out the next year. But the coronavirus, now we don't know what it's going to look like once it mutates, and what is it going to learn. And viruses learn. They learn how to fight against what they've been attacked to. So the virus themselves, can mutate to the point where if something was effective against it, at this stage, may not be effective against it once it mutates at all. And so to answer your question, yeah, it's going to be back. When will it mutate? And has it mutated anywhere along this path so far? We don't know. And that's one of the things, especially with those who have, unfortunately, become, it's been fatal in, they're watching to see, they're testing those people before, burial to, see if they had a strain of it that shows a mutation. And the closer in dense population, like in Wuhan, China, and in Italy and in France and other countries where they've had closer densities of people and the outbreak has been a lot greater, that those are where you're going to most likely see the mutation come from. And here in the United States, from New Orleans, New York, Seattle, one of those could have the mutation in it already, and they're testing it. Every person. So, and they're tracking to see if it's going to mutate. And when it does mutate, we're hoping that it doesn't mutate to the point where it becomes more deadly. So, and that's what sucks. That's the life of a virus for you. Every virus that has ever been known to man has mutated, just like bacteria. Bacteria build up, resistance. They when they resistance, they build up, they mutate so that we're at the resistance to antibiotics, and that's where you get these people who they have a virus or a bacteria, and it's antibiotic resistant because, well, we overprescribe here in America. We overprescribe antibiotics for everything. Did you in the U.S. Think it would reach your state? Oh, I had no doubt that I believed it was going to reach here. And that's just from me and my perspective to answer your question, Gazap, is I'm surrounded by people who are in the medical field. My wife, my mother-in-law, my daughter, my her aunts, her uncles, they're all pretty much either in the medical field or they're in law enforcement. And so I'm constantly being barraged by, information from like the medical side. I mean, you should hear the dinner conversations we have, at like Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's either the law enforcement is talking about, new laws, the people who are in that side of the field, of the family, or it's everybody, in the medical community talking about, new testing, procedures and laboratory sciences and stuff like that. And then there's me. I'm in neither. But I know a lot more about this stuff than other people, I guess the general population would know. And when it started to explode in, Wuhan and in China, we knew, and just by, information we have, and things that we know about the world, we knew once it got out of China, and because of the, the way people travel around the world, so freely, we knew that once it got there and it started to explode, we knew it was going to spread rapidly, because unlike the Spanish flu epidemic, back in 1910 or whatever it was, when people weren't so easily able to travel around the world, so the spread of it was a lot slower. But now, I mean, you could be in Wuhan, China, and get a virus and land in Seattle the next day and infect 1,000 people before you ever know that you have it. So yeah, we knew that it was going to be here from my perspective. Lab work in virology lab in Wuhan, solid contaminated bat to wet market. 6 cents. Yeah, well, at least that's what they believe right now, is that it came from a wet market there. And man, you got to be pretty freaking desperate to eat anything that comes out of a wet market. Now, I've seen wet markets in myself and not in Wuhan, China, but in other countries, and I wouldn't eat anything out of those damn places. But then again, that they have they have to live. These are not something that they necessarily want to do. It's just that's how they've lived for hundreds of years. Joanne, yeah, a year to 18 months is typically the cycle of a virus is 12 to 18 months. This is very true. Very good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Quill, you have 7 family members in the medical field too. 2 dentists, 1 hospital nurse, 1 NICU doctor, 1 head entry nurse, and 1 orthopedic surgeon, and 1 OBGYN. Wow. Woo-hoo. That's some interesting conversations there. I am literally the only person I know of, my immediate family that is not in the medical field. And I've never been in the medical field. I've been a patient, but I've never worked in the medical field. So a lot of times I end up talking with the I mean, I try to understand what they're talking about. I just don't have the interest, I guess. Let's be honest, Ebola, AIDS, and Corona, it has to do with ignorance. Okay. People who work with were under the impression that the virus was gone, stopped at the county line. I tried to tell them it was traveling from China. It's not stopping in Tulsa. It hit here, and it has. Yeah. 1920 Spanish flu. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah. My head's filled with way too much data and information that I can't keep things straight. I was talking to someone on Facebook the other day, and I was like, you know what? I know that name. And I'm like, did that person graduate with me in high school, or was it my sisters? And I'm trying just trying to think back that and within my own life. And I'm like, I know that person. But who did they go to high school with? Was it me, or was it my sisters? I couldn't even keep that straight. People thought it was only somewhere else. Yeah. Flower Child, do I think this is one step closer or an attempt at a one world order? No. To answer your question, I don't think it's a step towards one world order. I do think that regardless of how we want this to play out, it's definitely going to affect how society goes forward. It's going to make people realize within every single country that they need to be more prepared. And when it came to the explosion of the rate and growth of it here in the United States, a lot of people were really caught basically with their pants down. They didn't expect that something like this could happen, even though we've had countless explosions of viruses, and coronaviruses before that we should have learned from, but we didn't. And this is a real wake-up call. And if it's not, I don't know what's going to wake people up. We can't keep on living the way that we have been, and not being prepared, because viruses and bacteria have been around since, before humans were ever, walked this earth, before we were chimps. Basically, they've been around since there was anything living on this earth. They've been here. But I don't think that this is an attempt at the one world order. No. I understand, the theory behind that and the thought, but no, I don't see it as that. I don't see any of the governments out there really working together at this point. I mean, we can't even get one state, in the United States to work with another state. We're making them bid against each other for the same, medical devices and supplies. So we can't even get the, 50 states to agree, on anything. Oh. Elusive Butterfly, welcome. Sorry I missed you before. Deb does readings. You're a Gemini. LOL. Love the info. Well, thank you, Deb. And good morning. I'm glad you could make it today. I'm also worried about Carrie, my brother's wife. She does patient testing for COVID, and she's the entry nurse triage. I would be worried about that too. My mother-in-law is actually she runs the laboratory that is for one of the places that is actually doing the COVID testing. So, I mean, it from what I understand from my mother-in-law, it's not as dangerous once it's on a swab, as long as they keep it in a contained area that's got its own ventilation system, so it's not able to become airborne once it's on the swab. But she does the actual testing in the laboratory for that. One of the other reasons why she hasn't seen her grandson. Oh, that and my wife's stepfather. He is his health isn't the best, I guess, the nicest way to put it. So, and certainly doesn't want to give it to him. So she has procedures where she changes out of her clothes before she comes in the house. She changes at work into clean equipment, shoes, everything must be taken off. Even though she's wearing a complete PPEs, she wants to make sure, just in case there is any cross contamination, that she changes in a clean, sterile environment, puts on clean clothes, and then she can go home. But only after once she gets home, she scrubs up. Then, as if kind of like as if she was going to go in and have heart surgery. She cleans up everything, and then she's able to see her husband. So that'd be my wife's stepfather. But because we're worried about him, that his health is not the best already. So we definitely don't want to make sure that it's not spread to him. Why do people put in their heads in the sand about this? To answer that, we don't want to believe that there's anything out there as human beings that we can't control. Especially in this modern times, we believe we have the technology and everything that we can control our environment and weather and everything about what's going on around us, but we can't. So people stick their heads in the sand and they just don't want to hear it. And that at the same time, there's a lot of people who are saying, okay, this is really what's going on. And then you have this other side that says, look, this is complete bullshit. Sorry for my language, but that's what it is. And it's being made up, and it's being I'm missing what I wanted to say. That it's being over exaggerated, and it's not as serious as people, the media is making it out to be. So they just say they turn off this, and they just say, they don't want to listen anymore. Happy Easter to you too, sweet Dixie. And thank you for being here. I hope you are staying safe. Oh, okay, Iva. I didn't see it. If you said anything else before, I didn't see it. I'm not sure why you'd need to see proof of that. I mean, I could show it to you. Well, no, I can't. Not on here. I don't think I have it on my phone, but I'm not understanding why. Is there a reason why? I'll tell you what. Just for your curiosity and anybody else's, after this stream, go to my community page and I'll post a picture there for you. I'm not sure how to take it off. I'd have to go online, go to my actual medical chart, pull it up, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to redact some personal information from it first before I can post it, because I'm not going to post it with my social security number and everything else on there on my medical chart or information about where I live. So I could do that, but I'm still not sure why you'd want it. Unrelated. Thank you. I was interested in your thought on that. Thank you. Well, I'm willing to answer it just about anything. Flower child. Phew. Good. Lol. Don't want a new world order. You don't want a new one? We don't want one at all. I don't have a problem with sharing it with you, Iva, or the world. I don't have anything to hide. I'm just wondering why you want it. What's the need? Yeah, it's true, Carla. I don't think it's an idiot thing to ask. I mean, I think it's more of a curiosity. I have nothing to hide about it. I don't need proof of calling. I got the fact that I damn near died. That's proof enough for me. But okay, Iva, I understand your curiosity, but you have to understand how you're asking the question. The way you keep on phrasing it is, all I would like to see is a test result saying you had COVID-19. Okay, you're saying that by asking the question over and over again, you're saying you don't believe me. That's okay. That's your right. I mean, I like I said, I don't have any problem sharing it with you, but I will redact my personal information from it first. I mean, I'll leave my name on it and stuff like that, and the name of the hospital and everything else where the test results are, and you can read it. It doesn't tell you much; just tells you that I was tested for this, and it breaks down each and every test separately. Chest X3 is one result. The strep is one result. The COVID is one result. And you have to pull up each and every one of them. That's how my K chart works. You have to click on each and every one individually, and it tells you the yes or no, positive, negative. And one of the was it the strep A? I can't remember this, but the I got an inconclusive on that, and then they tested me again for it, and that was negative. Is that how they put it? Oh, it's been a week or so since I've been there to test it. But, oh well. Well, that is true, Julie. Well, it is HIPAA. Hey, Molly. Good morning. How you doing, sweetheart? Geez, are you kidding me? Well, you're the most honest person. Trolls have nothing better to do. I don't think I can pull it up on my phone. Let's see here. How would I do that? No, that's not it. The worst part is I don't have it saved on my phone what my actual account name is. I mean, I know the password. I gotta remember the stupid account name, but I have it saved on the computer, so it just automatically fills that part in. I'm terrible at keeping track of all this stuff. I don't think I have it saved on that laptop either. Yeah, that is true, Molly. The wheezing and the coughing is definitely subsided. Still here. Do. Okay. I don't know if that's going to show up or not. Nope. Well, yeah. I just took a picture of it. I can show it to you. I don't know if that's going to show up on the screen now because you're seeing one screen from another. But it says coronavirus parentheses COVID-19 PCR details, component results, SARS/COVID-2, NAA COVID-19. Your value, positive. Standard range, positive. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't think so. Yeah, there's too much of a glare off the screen. It says testing was performed using the COBAS, COBASR SARS-CoV test. This test has been developed and performance characteristics determined by LabCorp laboratories. The test has not been FDA cleared or approved. This test has been authorized by the FDA under emergency use authorization, the EUA. This test is only authorized for the duration of the time period for the declaration that circumstances exist to justify authorization of emergency use of the vitro diagnostic test for detection of the SARS, COVID-2 virus and or diagnosis of the COVID-19 infection under Section 564B1 of the Act 21 USC 360 BBB, 3B1, unless authorized as a termination or revoked sooner. Testing performed by LabCorp of Phoenix 5005 South 40th Street, 1200 Phoenix, Arizona 850440. That's everything it says on the entire thing. You're absolutely right, Quill. Unlike a lot of people in this world, I have much better things to do with my time and my life than blow smoke up other people's butts. Don't have anything else to do. And some people like to believe that they, just who they are. Well, you can go to my YouTube page and the main page, and all the way over you'll see the About Me section. Click on About Me, scroll down, and it will say email address, and you click on that. It'll ask you if you're a robot. Obviously, you're not. You click on that, and then it'll show you my email address. Now, I'm not going to post it here in the community in the stream because I don't know exactly who's watching in the background. I mean, I know there's not 72 different people talking in here, but a lot of times people, see this, now or who are in here, and people see you afterwards. And I get enough spam email the way it is. Well, Mike, I definitely had it. I don't have anything else to do with my life, so I thought I would get COVID and almost die. I thought it would be a fun thing to do for a couple of weeks or a month. I mean, I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting there. Don't worry about, but I have a problem. I was entitled to their opinion. If they don't want to believe me, that's great. That's their opinion. Just like everything else in this world, everybody has an opinion. And you know what they say about people who have an opinion, who refuse to listen to the information, or it doesn't bother me. It may bother somebody else, but it doesn't bother me. I'll post it on the community tab. I don't have a problem with that. Good morning, Red Rum. Hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Short and nice. You're watching, but you're not saying anything? Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, Short and Nice. I hope you're staying safe out there. Good morning, Miss Jagger. Mick Jagger. Nah. Well, If that's what Cece, if they just want attention, she got attention for a little bit. I'm not going to give her any more, or him. I think it's a woman, but then again, I'm just looking at a profile, little tiny circle picture. Yeah, Kathy, I'm not going to let it bother me. We all have better things to do with our lives. And if you let somebody upset you on the internet, that's a small, tiny problem when it comes to everything else in this world. I got much better things to do. Well, thank you, Gail. Gayla. Oh, thank you, CC. Yeah, I appreciate it all. Everybody, for your support and your love and and kind words of kindness. You have no idea just how much it really helped to read the messages and everything else while I was going through it all. I mean, it got pretty bad, and I tried not to tell people too much about what was really going on because it's kind of who I am. I keep things to myself a lot. I don't even when a lot of things happen, when things like that happen, it's like I just to reach out and tell my wife really, what's going on. That was hard because I know she worries, and she took a week and a half off of work just to be home with me to, well, not even be in the same space, but just to be here in case I needed something or something else. If I got worse, she wanted to be here. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't want her to worry any more than she already was. No. No, thank you, Cement Shoes. Love is a bit strong. Can we go for admire? In pink camo, I'm sorry I didn't say good morning to you. I saw you there earlier. I was going to, welcome you, but I'm sorry. I hope you are doing well. Oh, thank you. I don't know, Mama Riley. I don't know if I'm a tough guy. Headstrong, stubborn. Rather spend my life taking care of other people. I don't like it when people shine a spotlight on me. It's it's like I get a lot of people who a lot. I mean, when I say this, I mean a lot of people who are they're worried about and soon enough you'll be to 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, and when I downplay it, I don't mean it in a negative way, and people always take it negative. It's like I'd still do this even if there was nobody out there watching me or listening to me. I'd still do it because I really do enjoy what I'm doing. And I'm just glad that other people are enjoying it as well. This is not my calling in life. I've been on a ventilator before, Carolyn. It's not fun. Not fun at all. I was in a coma, a drug induced coma for 21 days. I woke up from the coma, and I don't know if it's still on my channel or not, but I did this in a video. I actually, and I used to do like a kind of like a video diary of my life. But I was in a drug-induced coma, and when I came to, I had some of the most livid dreams while I was actually in that coma. But one of them, of the dreams that I had, I actually, this is in real life, and it's like kind of like in the dream, and then I woke up from the drug-induced coma, but I thought that they were going to deport me, like kick me out of the country. They thought I was like a citizen of somewhere else, and I thought they were going to deport me because there was like a flashing light from outside the window of the room, and I thought it was like a helicopter pad or something. And I saw I looked out through the room, so all these ventilators and everything else, and I had a catheter in and all this. I thought they're going to deport me, and I looked out. There's glass doors, that lead out to where the nurse's station is, and I saw these two guys walk by, and they were actually going to go check on somebody else in another room, but they were wearing like the green jumpsuits. So I thought those were, helicopter pilots, because thinking back in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, my only reference of people who wore suits like that, jumpsuits, were Air Force pilots from when I was in the service. And so I thought they were helicopter pilots for some reason, and that they were going to deport me out of the country. I ripped out the catheter, ventilator, pulled it all off, and I tried to leave, but I'd been in that bed for so long, my legs didn't work. I fell, got up, fell, tried to take off. Wow. You know somebody who lost half their body weight? That sucks. I lost 14 pounds in 7 days. Well, no, you can be on a ventilator a lot longer, pink camo, than 2 weeks. But medically, obviously I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor, but from what I understand, the longer you're on a ventilator, the more harm it's going to actually do after a 2-week period. I mean, there are people who've been in comas for 10, 15 years, and they wake up from a coma, and they're been on a ventilator for that entire 10 or 15 years. I mean, I was on a ventilator when I was in a coma, for 21 days, I think it was, that I was drug induced. Yeah. 14 pounds is a lot. Yeah, well, a lot for me. Definitely thinner. Thank you, though. Yeah. From what I understand, Quill, when I was on, I mean, if you don't move for 21 days, they move you around so you don't get bed sores. But when I was in the coma, but that wasn't a fun part of my life. You were in a coma when you married your third husband. Well, oh, hey, I rain dancer. How much do I think I lost total? Well, I mean, I don't have it out here, but I got my medical discharge papers that I went through on the live stream, and I know what my weight was the day that I went in to the hospital to be tested for COVID, strep, and had the X-rays. This is the second. Well, I had them done two times. The X-rays from the chest and the strep, but and the COVID twice. So each one of them twice now. And they wanted me to actually go back and have another chest X-ray, but I'm not going to go. My wife thinks I'm stupid for not doing it. But total weight loss, 20, probably in there, because I mean I couldn't eat anything solid and I was just living off of liquid. About 9 days, and then I was able to keep some ramen down, because I mean, it hurt so much to swallow anything. Because I had a at the same time though, so I mean I had like a triple storm of things going on here. It wasn't just the one thing. So I have allergies really bad on top of it all. But I'd probably put it close to 20 pounds. Buy cement shoes. You take care. Where's the wrench thing for PayPal? Yeah, I'm not using Streamlab today. Oh. Oh. I don't know about the wrench thing. What you meant about that? That's the link for the PayPal. I've had my kids at home for about 2 months. They were a little sick before all this started, so they were just going back to school. And then I heard about the corona. I never let them go back. Mm. My son, it really sucks because he can't go back to school. He misses his friends so much. He doesn't have a lot of friends, but he had two little boys in his class, Charles and Kevin, but he hasn't seen either one of them now quite a while. 1 minute. Okay, I got to wrap this up. The wife and everybody are waiting for me. Hi, Linda. Sorry you're just now jumping in to the stream. I hope you're staying safe, Linda. Yeah. My children are Mama to Riley. My children are kind of like only child. my daughter is 22 years old tomorrow, and my son is 3. So, I mean, and my daughter she only lives here here in my home on the weekends when she's off work, but otherwise she's gone. So, but I have to go, everyone. I'm sorry. I will again later on. Me and Cece will be doing a special live stream tonight. But following this live stream, as soon as I'm done here, I will release the Christopher Watts update video for everybody to enjoy. But after that, then later on, you should see a notification of the live stream. But if not, I'm sorry. That's YouTube for you. I know it's on there, that there's a live stream tonight. So everyone take care. Thank you again, everyone. Quill, Colleen, RN, and Kathy for the super chats, and everybody else who's been here to just talk with me and, and share a little bit of your life and your time with everyone. I appreciate it. So stay safe out there. Until next time.